Jump out. That's a nigga.
If we was to fight right now on the streets, I'll break your fucking neck. And that's on my kids. And you know it, I know it, and the whole world know it. And I'm not talking about no fighting in the ring. If me and you was to fight outside, I will break your neck.
But why did Gervonta Davis show up to this press conference? Why would a fighter who just had a questionable fight with Lamont Roach Jr. and is having legal problems come into contact with Terence Crawford at this time? The bigger question is whether Tank is really trying to solve the hardest problems, or whether this is just an attempt to keep his standing in the public eye. The room was already buzzing with energy. Castagneta and Crawford were led to the stage and made to face the cameras. The whirring was clear. The man who had stepped up in weight to challenge Canelo stared him down, while Crawford kept his cool and was sure of himself. He almost smiled, but there was real purpose behind it.
There's no room for this in the sport. There's no room for Davis brothers to be in the building tonight. The police escorted them out. You saw.
There was an edge to every media question. Terence Crawford is fast and smart, but Canelo Alvarez is big and strong. Can Crawford beat him? He moved up to a weight class that was so dangerous. Could he still do something historic?
Turkey, you need to put a small ring. The smaller ring in the...
Hey, Matt. Yeah. The only running that I'm gonna be doing is running upside his head, and I can assure you that. Facts. And he got a big head too.
All eyes were on the stage, though, as trouble grew behind the scenes. It was a complete surprise when Gervonta Davis showed up, dressed casually, but clearly with a plan. He wasn't there to make small talk. He was ready to say something by any means necessary to get Terence Crawford's attention.
However they rate me, it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, we got to fight, and I'm going to win the fight. It's simple as that.
Can I ask you about if there's any rematch clause with this fight with Canelo?
No, it's not.
Is that something you pushed for?
No, I didn't.
And there's any weight restrictions to the fight at all?
No, it's not.
A lot of fighters would like to put on a weight restriction to this type of fight. Why didn't you want to do that?
Because I want him at his best. I don't want no excuses. I don't want no, reasons why, he didn't feel good or anything. I want him at his best.
Witnesses say that Gervonta Davis saw Terence Crawford leave the stage after a short break from his media duties. Even though there weren't any cameras there, there were a lot of people there, including Canelo Alvarez's team, Cindy Crawford's group, and event staff.
When people, what I got from that is he's a hater. If you don't know me as a person, let's say you don't like me. You don't know me. You feel me? And I don't give a fuck. If everybody including winning, fuck.
Question for you. You're a proud father.
Without warning, Gervonta Davis walked up to Terence Crawford and addressed him right away. Right away, Davis threw a punch, not a weak jab, but a real swing. As the two groups started yelling at each other, security quickly moved the two fighters apart. Let's go back. All of this started when Gervonta Davis proudly said that he could easily beat Terence Crawford if he put on weight. Crawford, who has ruled multiple weight classes and is undisputed at 147 pounds, thought Davis' comment was rude. In response, Crawford questioned Davis' level of competition and the strength of his resume, turning what started as a friendly argument into a full-on verbal battle. Terence Crawford's subtle jab at Gervonta Davis for not being at the gala was like a quiet flex, showing that he thinks of himself as better than Davis. Davis replied by talking about how famous and successful he was. But Crawford wouldn't let him take charge. This rivalry started at a great time, especially since Davis just recently said he will retire in 2025, giving him a short time to make his reputation stronger.
How you feel about that fight? Is it even possible at a catch weight?
There ain't no catch weight.
You come up to 47.
You're not even entertaining the catch weight.
No, I'm not.
He's a champ though too, undefeated.
And what champ? Come on, man, tell me what belt. You know boxing? You forgot Devin Haney is undisputed. Devin Haney got all the belts. He the champ. Nobody else the champ. I'm gonna come up here where the big boys at.
All right.
Fans of boxers like Gervonta Davis want him to have a big fight to end his career. A matchup with Terence Crawford would be perfect because it would be an old-school clash between two icons of their age.
25 is at the next year. I'm out of it.
After our second fight. You're out of it?
Yeah.
Care to elaborate on that?
Out of the sport.
After our second fight. Nah, no, I'm gonna win, bro.
Nah, I could tell you my fights.
Even though Gervonta Davis seemed eager to get into the fight, Terence Crawford isn't sure. And he has good reasons.
What changed? What made this shit trash, garbage?
If you got the opportunity to sign a prospect for GTD, who will be?
I'm out of it.
Gervonta, something should have happened during this time, because when I saw you at the Frank Martin press conference, it looked like you were like the talks about retirement was not even discussed at this moment, and now it's something you keep on repeating. Is it just because obviously what you've done through boxing since you were a kid and everything?
Fed up with the
Where's Calvin Ford? Is Calvin Ford or Leonard Edelby usually they're around to?
You think you might be gaining the love for it though? You never know. Like you said, you got to walk today.
Crawford doesn't have anything else to show. Even though he is already undisputed in many weight classes and widely regarded as one of the best pound-for-pound fighters in the sport, he has not ruled out the fight. He has said that he would accept it if Gervonta Davis is willing to move up to his weight class.
Hank gave a little prediction on the fight, talked about Errol has a metal shield and you have a glass shield, talked about the punch resistance. What do you think it takes to settle that?
Don't see. Don't see.
Could he get it in the future?
Too little.
I mean, you came up from 35, right?
He ain't fighting no real guys at 47.
Everyone's talking about Errol fighting the winner of Canelo and Jamel. Could you ever do that? Is that too much weight? Or?
What, 168?
Yeah.
I ain't going up there.
Right.
So you got Canelo winning then, right? Then
Definitely. If he fighting at 168, definitely.
Terence Crawford needs to focus on his fight with Canelo Alvarez before he talks about Gervonta Davis. Crawford wants to be great, but Tank's job path isn't clear right now. Some of the best punchers in the sport and a big draw for fans still like him, but his progress seems to be slowing down. Davis has had trouble with the law after being arrested. He was later released, but the event has made it harder for him to concentrate. Then there was the fight with Lamont Roach. A lot of people thought it would be a big showing, but it ended up being one of his least impressive.
Gervonta Davis speaking about you. Is that ever a possible fight?
Yeah, if he want to dare to be great, he can be like all the other fighters that's moving up 2 weight classes and daring to be great.
You would fight him,
man. Tell him to come up there.
He got to come to win 54.
He said I got a glass chin, so tell him to come and touch it.
Ooh. Wow, man. Gervonta said you got a glass.
He said I got a glass chin. Tell him to come and touch it.
At 147?
At 147. I'll make 147 for him.
Ooh, see, oh man.
You're gonna have a pre-camp.
Then what the people gonna say? Oh, he's beating up on little guys.
It was decided by a majority. Lamont Roach Jr. did not just fall behind. He got Gervonta Davis into a fight that wasn't going well, and Davis looked less sharp than usual. People who supported him after the fight started to question his fitness, his strategy, and even whether his desire to win stayed the same.
Oh, nice double left hook by Roach to the body and then to the head. Right there it is. Oof. And Davis just got backed up with a counter right from Roach.
That's a big moment in
Load with the left. Oh, and that right, but Davis took off some of the steam of the punch, but still, Roach leading with right.
He took a knee.
He took a knee. What is he doing?
He forgot his...
Nice combination from Roach. Besting it. Oh, another right hand, another right left by Roach. Nice comment. They've gone just over around 11 as well.
Maybe him getting fouled.
Davis fighting on even terms here in the 11th. Both of them have landed.
Has to keep doing that. Or it's the familiarity, knows his weaknesses. It's one thing to say it.
The decision is a majority draw.
Many people think that Gervonta Davis might fight Jake Paul instead of committing to a big rematch. This would take the focus off of the normal high-level boxing matchups.
So I know the got in his eye, but they should have countered it. They would have countered it, would have went to Lamont Roach. What I didn't like about Tank, he was gassing up Lamont Roach way too much, and he was already talking about like retiring.
He a little distracted in the fight.
That wasn't the same Gervonta Davis we're really used to seeing.
It just lets you know how corrupt like these governing bodies are, bro. If that dude took a knee, not only did he take a knee, he's like, hold on real quick. Let me get this out of my eye. How is that not a point? Like,
you know, funny thing, bro, that's why I cut my braids off. I had braids and I had the same thing. I went through the same shit when I fought Andre. That shit was burning my eyes, so I cut.
And showing up backstage and hitting Terence Crawford adds to the impression that Gervonta Davis is losing her cool and making more trouble.
Who were you gonna call out? What was the plan originally?
I think he was here. He came in my locker room.
Shakur Stevenson?
He wasn't in my locker room.
Jake Paul?
Next.
Take a look at the truth. Gervonta Davis and Terence Crawford are both naturally smaller than Canelo Alvarez. In fact, both of them are much smaller than Canelo. Crawford is already getting ready to fight Canelo, who is a much bigger fighter. So, Tank trying to join that mix feels like a style and body mismatch just waiting to happen.
Say you got your eye on Tank. What do you think about the rumors of Tank and Jake fighting?
Man, Tank disrespectful to the sport if he choose that over fighting with me. I'm the best fighter in the sport. I've been telling him that. And he called cap on it. So if he won't call cap and say I'm not who I say I am, come prove it.
Boxing is a sport where size does matter. Maybe not in every fight, but a lot of the time at the highest level. Canelo Alvarez is usually bigger and stronger than Terence Crawford, but Crawford's speed, timing, and skill could help him beat him. Alvarez can also put pressure on opponents and wear them down over time.
Tank is hung him up, shoes off, get the bag, put a plaque up, he done. Tank is done.
When you say done, you mean like not fighting anymore?
Tank is checked out mentally. Tank is gone mentally. Tank looking for the big bag, of Jake Paul, Pacquiao, something sort, and he's looking to, hey, I'll see you later. Tank is standing. He's not gonna fight Shakur Stevenson at all. At all. I don't care how much money Turkey offered, give him 4 Lamborghinis, whatever. Tank ain't taking that fight.
These are the big fights in boxing. Size does matter sometimes, but mostly at the top level. Canelo Alvarez is usually bigger and stronger than Terence Crawford, but Crawford's speed and technique may give him an edge. Alvarez can put constant pressure on Crawford and beat him.
The speed over Canelo. I got the reach over him. He might got the size, the power. I got the better skills, boxing skills.
Would it be more of a cat and mouse? The reality is Canelo does put people out. From Kirkland to Amir Khan to just... Obviously,
I'm just saying, man.
No, but he's not.
Kovalev was older. He does. Don't get me wrong. He does have a lot of power, but all those guys that you name is not as skillful as me. I'm sorry. No disrespect to none of those fighters. The skill level is not there.
So how do you see a fight with Canelo going?
A tough fight. Canelo is a great fighter. Like, I always had respect for Canelo, but I just believe in my skills. The fact that people doubt me, it just fueled me even more. Try to get the fight even more. And I'm watching him, I'm like, man, I can beat this dude. I've been fighting people bigger than me all my life, and I always came out on top. You gonna get hit. It's a fight. He gonna get hit too.
Canelo Alvarez versus Terence Crawford is already getting hot and exciting. And each moment makes people more excited for the fight.
Terence Crawford, does he have an opportunity to beat Canelo?
I think if anybody has a chance to beat Canelo, I think it's Terence Crawford. His IQ is on another level. He's a great fighter and he's strong. It's just that it's a lot of weight. I wouldn't be surprised if Terence Crawford wins. Wouldn't be surprised if he loses either. Terence Crawford, when he went up against the best opposition, like Errol Spence, he showed what level he's on, what type of dog he is. So I don't know. You really have to let these fights play out to see what happens. He might get hurt. That might activate him to come back strong.
Could you still make 68?
I don't want to make 68.
No, I know you don't. Terence wins 68.
Yeah, well, if that's, yeah, I can make.
Terence Crawford gave a confident answer, pointing out that he has never lost and has won at every level he has played at. There was no chance that Gervonta Davis would show up at that event. He was aware that cameras were moving, and that Terence Crawford was in the middle of a hugely important event. It looked like someone was trying to draw attention away from Crawford's main stage act. Whether they meant to or didn't mean to.
I don't respect him anymore because he say, I'm not gonna do what they want me to do and this and that. And then he tried to, maybe Turki Al-Ashi told him, hey, you need to do something because you seem so nervous in Riyadh. So and he tried to like walk me back, and that's why I pushed him. And you know, like I say, don't with me.
Does it bring a different Canelo then?
Yeah, it's different. Yeah, you watch Saunders fight, right?
Which one? The Saunders. Oh,
he pissed me off. He pissed me off.
In the end, Gervonta Davis knows that a fight with Terence Crawford would get a lot of attention. Even though it doesn't seem likely right now, it would be the main topic of discussion on social media, get a lot of commercial attention, have a lot of pay-per-view potential, and be the subject of endless controversy.
Come on, man. Y'all know what I do. I ain't got to talk about it. On the streets, I'm me against anybody. I ain't never gonna say another man gonna whoop me. So, you know what I mean? That's your answer right there.
I guess in Guadalajara, you think it'd be a little different on the streets if Terence came to town?
I think every city, every place is different, no? It's different. But we don't talking about the streets. We're talking about boxing, the beautiful sport of boxing. So that's different, way different than the street.
Going up those weight classes to face him, you know, how can you convince fans that he can beat Canelo?
I ain't trying to convince y'all that he can beat Canelo. He's a good fighter. But, bro, I would say smaller fighters are always better than bigger fighters because, like, you know, they're smaller, they know how to move and things like that. But this guy is great at what he do. He got. And another thing, bro, I don't be wanting to. How these guys is. Then you get hurt against
Majimov. There you talking about Gamboa. Talking about Gamboa. By Majimov, is that what you said?
No, he got flipped by
Gamboa.
Gamboa, right? Right? How the fuck he's looking this strong over the past year? I mean, these years. He ain't been getting clipped or nothing. So now, that's that snack shit. I'm telling you. Y'all laugh. I'm always.
No, do tell. Open up.
And that guy that a part of it, he been caught. Before. He went to jail for it.
Talking about Victor Conte.
He went to jail, right?
Victor Conte.
Yeah. And he the owner of the snack shit, right? Yeah. And he went to jail for it. Now it's like,
it's all over.
You know, you see, I don't want to throw him under the bus, but you see, Earl said some things like that, like about the people in the steroids, but
yeah.
He don't want to say no names, but come on, bro.
The video for today is now over. Want to make sure you don't miss the next video? Please like, follow, and click the bell. Feel free to leave your thoughts in the space below. Watch out for the next one, and see you then.